and we're going to walk from there along here to there. Just take a quick look into the side entrance of Queensway station, and this walk from Queensway to Notting Hill Gate is my very final walk westwards along the Central Line. This effort began in Epping, and as in each London Underground walk I do, I finish these narrated walks at the Circle Line boundary once I've crossed central London, and we reach the Circle Line at Notting Hill Gate. If you want to see the stations west of here, well, you'll just have to start walking with me eastbound at West Ruislip or Ealing Broadway. And if you walk east with me along the Central Line, we might even explore Kensington Gardens together. The polite notice scam was all the rage in the 1960s. It relied on you misreading polite as police, but people got wind of it. So I'm just thinking, we want to get... Just while we're walking along this busy section of the Bayswater Road, I'll just mix in this 1830s map showing the first two developed roads by Mr. Orme, Moscow Road and St. Petersburg Place, which I've marked in a very bright yellow. It's quite rural, lots of fields around, and the Bayswater Road is running in orange from left to right or right to left. And as you can see, Bayswater Hill is the name of Bayswater Road here, and Kensington Gravel Pits is the name of Bayswater Road a bit later on. At the end of Moscow Road is Bikeman Lane, which would be the future Queensway, and the future Queensway station would nicely fit in the corner of this road and Bayswater Road. We all have early childhood memories of songs, and I'm no exception. I was in Notting Hill Gate, accompanied by my Auntie Joan on a day when the sun split the sky, and when I first heard Got to Get You Into My Life by the Beatles. She'd taken her nephew shopping, I was holding her hand, and we were passing a record shop with a very groovy exterior. I seem to remember very groovy looking people milling about too. The Beatles' Revolver album was released in August 1966, so I can probably date it to that month. But instead of just being a childhood memory of a song, the brass section of Got to Get You Into My Life completely transformed my view of music at the age of 6. Well, there you go, that's my story of Notting Hill Gate. Plenty of other stories. Hopefully not as boring as me is a photograph taken along the line of Notting Hill Gate, pointing to the right from the exact position where the old woman is standing. The photograph depicts Notting Hill Gate, looking west, and taken around the year 1904.
This is the corner of Silver Street, then the name for the northern section of Kensington Church Street. There's a rather dejected-looking girl standing next to the delivery wagon. In the foreground left is a woman with a pram. Her gaze is fixed on the display to her right. She stands with straight arms, pushing the front wheels of the pram slightly off the ground, seemingly preparing to move it from the pavement. The sleeves of her dress exhibit a distinctive leg of mutton style, snug to the elbows and then expanding dramatically, a fashion trend that would peak in the early 1900s. It's as if we are glimpsing a snapshot of her daily routine in action. There's a boy who has spotted the camera. A man employs a hooked pole to retract a shop's awning. He remains attentive to an approaching woman, mindful that water drops might fall on her. We'll zoom in on that motor bus. The starter arm is situated beneath the radiator, suggesting that this is an early model. The engine block's low placement further supports this, as later models were higher off the ground for improved undercarriage protection and enhanced driver visibility. Horlick's malted milk, in the advert, didn't make its way to the UK until 1890. We can see the Notting Hill Gate Central Line station, positioned at the intersection with Pembridge Road, and this is clearer in the next shot of Notting Hill Gate, just a little further west. The Central Line station was on the other side of the road from the Metropolitan line. The street on the right is Pembridge Gardens. On the left, you can see the buildings on the west side of Pembridge Road. There are people waiting for the horse bus, but it looks pretty full. The woman walking briskly away from the scene exudes the demeanour of a passenger who has just disembarked and is eager to resume her journey on foot. Here we're at another bustling street scene at Notting Hill Gate. This is the Metropolitan Underground station and another bus covered with adverts. All the figures in this picture are interesting in some way. Are the bearded man and his younger companion out for a leisurely stroll, or are they pursuing some business venture?
So you ended up taking shelter every night in a tube station?
Yeah,
Um,
not in your gate.
in Notting Hill Gate. So that was where did you live at the time?
Must have been in East Road because we had an air raid shelter we used to go down. Must have been East Road because that's the only house we had with a garden, and there was an air raid shelter at the back there, so we used to sleep in there.
So you used the tube station rather than the air raid shelter in the garden?
I don't know in what context it came, but I think we probably used the air raid shelter first, then decided to go down to the tube station. I don't know though.
And how did you get there? Did you walk?
Got a bus.
Got the bus.
Yeah.
And what was it like down in the tube station?
It was very friendly, very
Right.
nice. You couldn't hear no bombs or guns or nothing like that because it was underground. But apparently, as it turned out, most dangerous place you could go.
Why was that?
Because if a bomb fell on it, you wouldn't have a chance.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And obviously they ran trains during the normal train running hours, and they stopped the trains?
They stopped the trains at a certain time. You weren't allowed down there till the train stopped anyway.
And were there toilets and things down there? Like
Yeah,
what
everything
facilities?
down there. It was good. That's where I learned to knit. It wasn't very exciting, but it was quite nice at the time. People were nice, and you had your own spot, and everybody used to save your little spot. You know.
Oh, so you went to the same
and
spot?
there was places down there where you could buy food.
Right.
That's stalls, and I suppose. So you could always take sandwiches with you, whatever.